Right now, at this exact moment, 8 things are happening simultaneously around the world. In Ivory Coast, a cocoa farmer is walking away from his crop. He earned half what he did last year. He's heading to an illegal sand mine because growing chocolate no longer feeds his family. In Ankara, the Turkish central bank just sold 58 tons of gold, not because they don't believe in the asset, because the lira is breaking, and the safe haven became collateral. In Dubai, 98 private jets just took off in a single 24-hour window. $350,000 per flight. The people who can afford to know are paying to leave. In Sulawesi, an Indonesian nickel refinery just throttled production by 10%. They cannot get sulfur. The EV battery going into your car next year just got more expensive at the source. 12,000 kilometers before the showroom. In the Strait of Hormuz, 10 oil tankers are passing through today. Last month, that number was over 100. The choke point that moves a fifth of the world's crude is no longer moving. In a Mumbai sabzi mandi, a housewife just paid 36% more for tomatoes than she did last year, 28% less for onions. She does not know why. Nobody told her. In São Paulo, a truck driver just paid 7 reais and 43 cents for a liter of diesel, a real more than last month. He does not know that Petrobras is selling below import parity to hide the real price from him. And in a corner office in Mayfair, a fund manager is reviewing his quarterly book. His gold allocation is in line with the framework. His bond duration is hedged. His equity exposure is at consensus weight. CPI is 3.4%. The S&P just broke 7,000 for the first time in history. By every model that runs his desk, the system is calm. He is missing every input his model was not built to see. These are not 8 separate stories. They are one story, 8 chains, one direction, and every framework that runs the world's portfolios. Every CPI basket, every central bank model, every risk department on Earth. They were built for a world where one thing changes at a time. Right now, everything is changing at once. This is the Great Repricing, and it has already begun. Here is the mechanism. Hormuz is running at roughly 10 tankers a day. The normal baseline is more than 100. That is not a headline. That is a physical reconfiguration of how nitrogen, sulfur, and ammonia reach Asia. 35% of Asian urea, 53% of its sulfur, 64% of its ammonia moves through that corridor. When sulfur gets repriced, Indonesian nickel refineries cut output. Indonesia is 65% of the world's refined nickel. Refined nickel is the cathode of every EV battery being built this decade. This is not a commodity story. This is the EV cost curve moving upstream in real time because of a naval posture 12,000 kilometers away. Our satellite layer counted more than 140,000 fire hotspots across Asia-Pacific in the last 30 days. Thai rice exports fell 11%. Rice repriced 10% in a single week. $423 a ton. And while that was happening, cocoa crashed 50%. From $10,000 a ton to $3,100. Ivorian farmers cut planting by half. Ghana down 28.6%. Yet your chocolate did not get cheaper. The margin was captured, not passed through. CPI is a basket. It is a backward-looking weighted average, designed for an economy where one input moves at a time. Food moves, the basket reweights. Energy moves, the basket reweights. CPI cannot capture what happens when fertilizer, fuel, ammonia, rice, nickel, gold reserves, currencies, and fiscal subsidies all reprice in the same quarter. By the time the basket catches up, the physical repricing is already 6 to 12 months downstream. Fertilizer reaches food in 6 months. Sulfur reaches EV batteries in 12. Currency reaches consumption in 3. A subsidy reaches the sovereign balance sheet with a lag you only see in the next refinancing cycle. Our cross-domain correlation engine flagged the simultaneous nature of these chains 3 weeks before they appeared as separate stories. They are not separate. They are one story. The basket cannot see it. The engine can. 2 questions. One for the investment committee. One for you at home. Same answer. For the committee, is your portfolio hedged for a cost of capital problem or a cost of physical reality problem? Because inflation responds to rates. Repricing does not respond to rates. It responds to ships and sulfur and fire and gold leaving a vault. If your model assumes one and the world is delivering the other, you are not hedged. You are exposed with a different label. And for you at home, if the people who can afford to know are paying $350,000 to leave, if the central banks that are supposed to protect you are selling the asset that was supposed to protect them, if 8 chains are moving at once and your CPI says 3.4%, then you are not living through inflation. You are living through a repricing. And the only question that matters is whether you see the chains before they reach your door or after. We track more than 50 of them in real time. This is the great repricing. It has already begun. Subscribe.